Hey guys, I'm back. It's been a while. Actually, it's probably been, I don't know, 3 or 4 weeks. Summer came on. I don't know what's happened to spring. So spring was here. Well, actually, I don't know if spring did show up or not. I just know it went from cold to being extremely wet. I think May for Nashville was a record month for rainfall. I think it's like almost 9 inches of rain in the month of May. So trying to dodge raindrops and work on outside projects. So this episode pretty much is going to be entertainment value at best, and try to walk you through what we've been going on here in the garage, or what the title of this video is going to be is what's going on in your garage. Nothing has been going on in the garage. We've been doing everything outside right now. We got a lot going on outside. Projects, of course, yard work, of course, everybody's got the yard work to do. But I'm going to give you guys I don't want to drag on too much about this video and run it down too much, run it at too much time on it, but just to give you guys a heads up, and I need to get back into it. I was pretty good about getting one a week out, and then all of a sudden I got really busy and then forgot about video and updating you guys for the entertainment. So what we're going to do today is I'm going to be hitting, missing all over the place with just what I've been doing for the last month or so. I've had several different projects outside. I've got a few more I'm going to try and work on today, so I may update you guys on that as well. But like I said, I'm here for the entertainment, and stick around because it could be entertaining. But some of the stuff I have YouTubed and got certified on a couple items, so I'll give you those things that I've learned off there for the last month or so, being off and doing whatever else I want, not focused on this channel. So we're going to try and get back into the swing of things here and see if we can't give you guys an update and entertainment. So hang tight. We'll try and go over some stuff today, and I'll give you some updates on what's going on around here. So that is what's not going on in the garage. It's everything outside in between raindrops. So I'll give you guys an update as we go throughout the day. All right, stick with me. Hey guys, I'm back. This has been quite a video I'm trying to get done, and it just seems like it's taking a while to get it done. Out of the routine of doing one every week, that doesn't help. And two, just been really busy on getting other stuff done and not videotaping anything. So I don't know really how to title this other than what I'm going to title it as, what's going on in your garage today. Nothing in mine other than it's a destroyed mess because I've been working on everything else outside since the weather's turned. And we got this watering hole out in our backyard called a pond or a pool, depends on how you want to look at it. But we've had a lot of problems with it this year. Not really problems, but I mean the stuff is old. It's we got a pool pump we replaced. The pool, the sweeper, of course, replaced that motor last week. A couple weeks ago, I had a leak in the other pump and or the line. Replaced that. Replaced the pump. Of course, it didn't want to work either. So both pumps are new now. Replaced the lines, hoses, and stuff for that. Thankfully, the PVC wasn't too bad a shape to replace that. Did some YouTubing, and as far as the sweeper goes, it was a little bit easier changing after I watched the video of how to install the impeller on the inside of it. So once I got that figured out, it came right apart. So thankfully to one of you guys out there that posted that video up. So it took me about 2 seconds after I got it done. So this video is just gonna be catching up what's not going on in my garage right now. Pool pump, pool sweeper. I've got another video started. I'll just flip this around real quick and show you what I've started and done. And just show you what's going on with this pool project out here as well. So this concrete was poured, I don't know how many years ago. The guy that owned the place said there's a problem with the concrete. Well, then he covered it with this, I don't know what you want to call it, this coating on it, and well, it looked nice for the first year we had it, and then the ink dried on the paperwork on buying the house, and then it all of a sudden started getting cracking and breaking up. So like I said earlier, it has rained all the time, so this month of June is going to be just like as May was. But this is what we got going on with this stuff. So it's just been one thing after another with this pool. So what I've done, there's spots all over it that started cracking and popping and bubbling up. So it just like crunches when you walk across it. So what we just done is my wife actually took the hammer and a pick and just started picking it away at it. Got it all that she can get dug up. There's a couple more spots out here. So a couple weeks ago, on a nice hot dry day, finally, we just took some concrete mixed it all up, soupy, and leveled it out in there. And it's in some of the spots. Let me show you a couple spots over here that I've already done. It's not painted yet, but we've got some spots that are getting close. So that stuff right there is just concrete leveled out. I'm going to take a little bit of and grind down the edges a little bit, and hopefully it clears up once you paint over it. But it's just been a nightmare. I'm not spending the money to resurface this right now. We got some liner issues that we're going to take care of as well. So hopefully all this will come together next summer. But right now I'm just doing it to make it look a little bit better. Maybe it'll work. This side of the pool has not been done, and my wife painted this last week, and that stuff is not cheap for that paint, but it is a lot cooler on your feet. It was really hot out here Sunday, and you can stand on this side compared to that side. It is a world of difference on the temperature of what this is like. And then anybody's got a pool or anybody walked across some hot concrete knows what I'm talking about. So, but that's just been a major difference in just the cooling. Anyway, it's a work in progress like everything else around here, just dodging the raindrops. Here's a quick project I'll show you guys as well. Last year I started it. Once I get it completely done, and then I'm going to do another in-depth video with it and show you kind of what I've been doing with it, and maybe break it down and how much money I've got into it or what I don't have into it. But I'll just flip this around real quick and kind of show you what's going on with this video. Well, not this video, but another one I'm going to post up later. My wife and I go to Key West for about a week every January. It's extremely expensive, but it's extremely nice. It's just amazing. So I had an idea to build this out here at this pond. So I'll go into more details. I'm just going to do a video on this, but this is kind of what we got going on. Like I said, we love Key West and the vibe down there, and it's just tiki bars and stuff like that. So just a highlight. That's what I've done, but I'll get you some more information later on it. But that's what I've done as well. I started that last summer. It took a while to build it because I was taking a bunch of skids and stuff, pulling them all apart, and just making them fit that area that I wanted to put it in. So it's just taken a lot of time and effort, energy, a lot of sweat, and just breaking these skids and stuff down. But I'll go, like I said, I'll go into more details about that. So I've been working on that, finishing up some stuff with that. So I'm doing some electrical work on it so we can run electricity out here for everything else that we'd like to have at a bar. You know, the TV and maybe an ice maker, refrigerator, and stuff that we've been saving up for and we bought for a couple years ago. And then I didn't get it done last year because it just took a lot longer than I thought. So, quick thing, just a quick sign up, just because the vibe, you know, if you guys have been to Key West or seen any pictures of it, it's just amazing. I don't know what I'd do there for a job other than maybe serve beer on the beach, but I could do that, I think. We have thought about it. I would never do it because I couldn't sell everything I own just to live on the beach in Key West. Now, there are days like today I had to work. Yeah, it wouldn't take too much to sell everything right now and just move and give me a good pair of flip-flops and some shorts. Call it a day. But anyway, we're not going to go there. So anyway, so that's some of the projects I've been working on around here. So the pool pump, let me show you what we got going on over here. So our pool back here is quite big. I don't know if it's Olympic size, but it sure does feel like it. But I do exercise in it actually, and swim laps in it. So this is what we got back here. So I replaced the pool sweeper motor, and then same thing with the pool pump, replaced that as well. Pool sweeper had a crack in it and fixed it, and then the pool sweeper decided to quit working. So we call him the pool boy, and he doesn't move very fast. So got to find out, and then the motor wouldn't come on and off, so I ended up replacing the switch on the wall that stopped working. So I replaced that, and then it would come on and off, but then the motor stopped working completely. So I replaced that last weekend, actually a couple nights ago. And then the pool pump and the screen and filter and all that, replaced all that back there on the back. So it's a lot better shape, but I'm sure it won't get no 20 years out of that like the stuff I just took off there. So I'm really was debating on taking those electric motors back somewhere and have them rebuilt, and just having them ready to go for the next time, because like I said, they don't make stuff like they used to. So I highly doubt these are going to be holding in there very much longer. Well, not very much longer, but they're brand new, but not 20 years. I highly doubt we'll get 20 years out of these. So we'll see if I'll make it 20 years or not. So won't have to worry about it then. But I also just found out that that motor on the back of that thing is also set up for 220 volt and 110 volt. So it wasn't working very well a couple of days ago. So guess what I did? I didn't look at the pictures, but I did read the instructions. And the first thing, other than check the electrical supply, was to double check and make sure you've got it either switched over to it says actually 115 or 230. Well, I'm glad I read that, because the old pool boy is working a whole heck of a lot better than he was earlier today when I had it just set up the old on 220. So double check your instructions, guys, on those things, because one, I don't want to replace the pump, and it did not work very well at all. Like, I am very disappointed in this new motor that I just put on here, but I guess it pays to read the instruction, because he's zipping right across here like no tomorrow now. So I'm very happy with that. Thankfully, I read the freaking instructions. So sometimes you got to do that, and sometimes you got to read the instructions, not just look at the pictures, because this did not come with too many pictures. Actually, it did come with pictures, but two, and one was in Chinese, Japanese, I don't know what it was. I couldn't read it. So anyway, but that's what we got going on with the pool pump. So that part of the project's done now. So now check that off the list. We had a refrigerator problem a couple weeks ago. I started making a terrible racket. I don't know what kind of racket it was. It sounded like somebody's in the icebox knocking to come out. Well, 10 o'clock last night, I got done doing something out here in the garage, and I went in the house because my ice cream was extremely soft. I don't mind soft scoop ice cream, but this is a whole nother level of soft ice cream. Like, well, it just forced me to eat the rest of the bucket of ice cream on top of the little bit I had earlier, because I just wanted a little bit of ice cream last night. So I actually finished the bucket off because I didn't want to waste the ice cream. And then after I got that done, I went out, got some more tools out of the garage, went in the house, pulled the back cover off the refrigerator, and found out the little cooling fan inside there, the fan freaking fell off. So the fan's off of it, the motor's still spinning, but the fan was off, so it wasn't doing any good, just sitting there spinning. So unplugged it, pushed it back on there, did some more YouTube, and actually my wife was doing some YouTube and showed me a video and asked me what I thought I needed. And I said, well, that video just shows the guy pushed it back on there. That's all I just did. So I guess I don't need nothing because the motor's still spinning. So I just push it back on there and hope it works. If it starts making noise and clunks around like it was, I'll pull it back apart. I'll get some JB Weld and I'll glue it back together. I don't know. I didn't see any bolts or screws or nuts or washers or anything that held that thing on there. And the guy in the video, all he did was just push it back on there. When you order them, you can watch the video on, I don't know what it was, some channel she had pulled up. So I just pushed it back on there. And then all the fins and everything else in the back of it, I don't know terminology, guys, so it was really caked full of nasty dirt and stuff, which I don't know how it got that dirty. We do have a dog, but it wasn't, I don't know, it was extremely dirty. So I ended up taking a toothbrush, a long toothbrush, a little bit of, and just worked it back and forth in there for a couple hours last night, getting it all cleaned out with the vacuum cleaner. And thankfully, that problem is taken care of. I come home and open the ice box up, and you get, well, I wouldn't say frozen ice cream anymore because I ate it all last night, but I didn't waste it. But everything else in the ice box seems to be really cold, and very happy with that project now. Thankfully, that was the problem so far. So the thing ain't knocking, ain't making any noise. It's cold. It's colder than it ever has been. The doors on it were extremely hot too, which is, I've never heard of that before. So my wife done some Googling a couple weeks ago and said these are probably some of the problems that are with it. So I tore it apart last night. Couldn't take it. About to ruin my ice cream. So I guess I'm glad I had some ice cream in the refrigerator. I would just let it go another day. So anyway, I finished that up about 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock last night. Put it all back together, come home, checked on it, put the water hose back on it. So now I got water back on it. And thankfully everything seems to be fine with that. So far so good with the refrigerator project, thankfully. So now we can get some cold ice cream. So what else has been going on around here that's not been going on in the garage? The concrete for the patio. Let me see. Oh, this is entertaining. Not really. A little bit, but anyway, we got a little bit of land here. Not much land, but it's enough to put a building on if I hit the lottery someday. But let me flip this around. All right. So back there in that corner is a fence line. Anyway, the fence line, I usually, the last couple years we've lived here, I'll get back there at the rake and I'll get that all cleaned out because all them trees, yeah, all them trees are on our property line, and I don't know if there are trees, but them their leaves are all over that fence line and they just collect in there like crazy, and then of course they get wet and damp and they just stick and they don't blow out. So a couple weeks ago I spent a good day and a half getting that all raked up, blowing out, and cleaned up. We had a snake crawling up the side of that building back there that was about at least, I don't know, I might exaggerate here a little bit. My wife will back me on this, but it is at least 4 foot going up the side of that. It was at least halfway up the door. Like, okay, I don't do well with snakes. I don't mind them. I'm not going to go out of my way to kill one or whatever, but I needed in that barn a couple weeks ago, so I went out there to get one, and that thing's crawling up the side of it. So I knocked it down. I was going to flip it over the fence and move on for my day. Well, that didn't happen, so of course, you know what happened. Yeah, he got away before I get him flipped over the fence. So now somewhere underneath that barn is a big snake. So a couple weeks ago, I was out here in the yard. I was cleaning up this mess back here. I run into another freaking snake. Like, we've never had snake problems around here before. All right, so I'm going to fix this problem. If they don't have a place to stay, then I'm going to not have snakes. So I got out here, started raking it all up, and cleaning it up, and did the whole fence line, picked up all the trees. And I normally do this every year. And this year I just did not want to do it because I was working on my garage project with the truck. Anyway, we're going to hopefully eliminate some snakes. So, sure enough, I found another freaking snake. So I kept cleaning. I kept raking, and I piled it all up, and then I burnt a big pile of brush, got that taken care of, and I have not seen any more snakes yet. So, with all this rain, this dampness, moisture, I don't know what is the problem. The only thing I can think of is my shop cat is now an indoor cat because he had a surgery a couple months ago, and well, he's inside now. Now he's inside and outside now, so maybe he'll spend a little more time killing some of these varmints around here. He brought a rabbit home a couple days ago, so maybe he'll kill a snake or two while he's out here roaming around. Anyway, 3 snakes, and I've never seen a snake here before. Well, I guess I've never seen a mouse because I've had a cat, but I've also had 3 mice, or three snakes I've not known about either. So anyway, that's another whole project. So anybody that owns land or trees or brush or whatever, you guys know what to do. The deal is with that, just maintaining that. So anyway, that was another project for a couple weekends. I done one weekend with the bushes and brush on this. Well, it's not really brush, but the vines and everything off this one end of the property, and then this other end of the property with all that. So like I said, guys, not much has been going on in the garage because I've been freaking busy on everything else, and I have not videotaped anything just because I don't think you guys care to see me using a broom or a rake or anything like that. So same thing with the pump motors. That stuff's pretty simple. Most everybody YouTubes that stuff. I'm not going to waste your guys' time. I'm here for the entertainment, not really the technical side of things. You guys, if you've watched the videos in the past, you guys see what I'm doing. So just one, to hold myself accountable for keeping moving to do stuff, and two, if you guys get bored and want to be entertained by something, I'm that guy, I guess. So I could be. I got a lot of plans for the truck, but at this point I got a lot of other stuff in line for other summer projects that I've got to continue working with. And just with outside stuff, thankfully the summer is starting to get here. But I tell you what, it is freaking humid as all get out. There's another thing I've been working on right now as well. I haven't done it for quite probably 4 or 5 years, but it's actually trying to get back into shape. Actually, I've been starting to run and lift some more weights. Not that you guys can tell because it's a big baggy shirt, you know. But anyway, been back on track for the last 2 months, trying to get some runs in and get in better shape. And thankfully, I have been, because I have been feeling a lot better about it. And my wife's a runner. I'm not a runner, but there's something I'm working on coming up. I don't know, about 4 or 5 months away. I got something. I don't know if I'm going to do it. I'm not even going to say about it. Talk about it. So, but we'll see how it goes. But we'll see. Like I said, I'm trying to get back into shape. I was pretty decent shape before we moved down here in Tennessee. And now I've got to make time for it. And if you don't make time for it, you'll never get it done. So it's just like any project, garage project or any other project. To me, if you don't set goals and get to it and set your mind to it, it ain't gonna happen. So, guys, I am going to. It is another. Well, let me flip it around here. Let me show. Yeah. There's a little bit of blue up there, but it's dark blue and really bad. So it just come down a monsoon down here. I don't know what the rainfall is for so far for June, but I know I'll post a picture of it up here shortly. But it's like almost 9 inches of rain in May. Google weather app or whatever I googled. So yeah, it's been crazy. So anyway, but yeah, that's what's been going on here. I know this is a rambling video, but it's what it is. Like I said, I was just trying to get you guys caught up to speed with what I've got going on. I did pay attention and watch some stuff on Facebook last week. No YouTube videos. I haven't even watched YouTube videos for probably 2 or 3 weeks. There for a while, I was pretty consistent about trying to keep up. I've got a couple guys that I try and watch and stay up to date with, that I've talked to at truck shows and stuff. But I haven't even watched any of their videos. Sometimes if they'll post something on Instagram or whatever, I may comment. Normally I don't, but I try and keep up with that. But I haven't even watched too many YouTube videos for any of the guys that have been watching. So I mean, I guess that's good and bad. But like I said, I've been busy working on everything else I need to do around here. I have been watching some videos on the Hot Rod Power Tour, so I've been trying to keep up with that. That has been I don't know how many years it's been, 30 plus, I know. But I try to keep up on that just because it's cool to see the cars and vehicles. Will I ever go on another one? Probably never. Um, the tailgate tour has been the best thing since the power tour when we was enjoying it. A couple hundred trucks, couple hours drive every day, and you got your old trucks out, and it's been great. The power tour back when we was starting to do it, we had kids. We had a '69 Camaro, and diapers and formula, and it was great. It was double the miles per day, and it was also um, 7 days, 7 days instead of 5 like it is today. So it's like I don't know. It's definitely changed a lot. The car count has gotten crazy. Getting in and out of the venues is crazy. This is not good or bad. If you haven't done it, I highly recommend it if you're a car guy, because you can't imagine seeing that many cars in one spot. You know, you're anywhere from, depending on the venue, you're at 5 to 10,000 cars per stop, and you get to see that many cool cars running up and down the road that you're rolling with every day for four or 5 days. So it's amazing just to be able to get that many cars there. Back when we was doing it, it was a couple thousand cars at best, and it was several miles in between stops, 7 days a week. And of course, when we was doing it, I think we started the second or third year that the power tour started, when it started in California and came to the east. I think Mount Clemens, Michigan was one of the first years we went. So, but for those that are going, you know, it's still cool. You got to be prepared. You got to do it. It's just one of those bucket list things that it's amazing. I think we've done 5 or 6 long hauls, and I don't know how many stops I've actually been on for 1 or 2 day stops. But there's been quite a few of them. But like I said, guys, it's one of those things. You got to have a bucket list, and you prove to drive them as well, because you're in traffic. You're waiting an hour to get into a venue. You might be sitting on the interstate for a while, if there's interstate driving. Most of it's 2 lanes and back roads. You know, you really get to test out the vehicle and your skills on keeping it going down the road. So unfortunately, there's always some accidents. There's always somebody that's getting crazy. The burnout numbers this year in the parking lots, it looks like it got crazy, out of control again this year. But it's okay to watch it, but I'm not getting involved with it. But you know, there's always a car accident. Always, every year I've been on it, there always is. Thankfully, we've had car problems on it, but I've never been in thankfully an accident with mine. So, but you always hear about stories. You see stories, and it's, of course, you and your buddies go, and it's always, to me, the best way to go. Just to take a couple cars. You get too many cars, it's too many. You take a couple cars just to be safe, to me. So you can take, if you don't have it in your toolbox, maybe your buddy's got one in his toolbox or something. So kind of compare notes with that. Or, you know, hey, I don't have a trunk space for, well, the one year we took a stroller and stuff. My brother-in-law took his truck, and we ended up putting some of our stuff in the back of his truck, so it all wouldn't fit with a full-size spare tire and a Camaro and 2 kids in car seats. So like I said, we've had a lot of fun on it. We didn't make it just a car trip either. We always made it, my wife made it an adventure. We always had stops at different stops along the way. So as long as you didn't have any car issues, you was able to make the trip and get clocked in and make it to your hotel by midnight that night, and then in good shape and be ready to get back up. And they used to have driver meetings at Walmart, which was crazy, because you go to Walmart, you get the driver meeting, they update your route, and then you get to go down the road after you get out of the Walmart parking lot and sitting there for 3 hours. We did that one year, and that was it. Oh, Dave Freiberger from Hot Rod Magazine at that time was the guy that was actually doing the announcing in his bullhorn in the back of a truck, and he was the one that doing the announcing. And if there's any route changes, I mean, this is before you had cell phones and all that stuff too. So that was all before all that. So I mean, we had you know, your paper maps. So my wife would print it out, the map of every day that we was going, and she had a map to the venue that we was going to, and then she also had the stops in between. So that was really cool as well. So and I think if we dig far enough, we could probably find those books that she's still got with all the maps and everything in it. So the binder had every day in it, and what we did. We got to see a lot of the country by doing the Hot Rod Power Tour. So it was fun. So I've been kind of keeping up on that as well this last week. So I'm glad everybody, hopefully everybody had a good time. I know some people didn't. There's always those groups that have problems. The venue, it's too hot, blah, blah, blah. Well, that's part of it. If you haven't Googled and researched the Hot Rod Power Tour, you should before you go, because it's what it is. You wait in line, and that's what it is. You wait in line, you go in, you clock in, you get to see the same cars you just drove 4 or 5 hours with, and then you do it again. You get back in the car and you go back to do it again the next day. So you do that 5 days. So find somebody you like to drive with and ride with and enjoy it. But like I said, research it and Google it, and if you don't like it, don't do it. If you don't like sitting in a hot car for hours and trying to drive across country, don't worry about it. Just stay home. And that's where I'm at. I stay home now. I've been there, I've done that, and we just stay home now. Again, that's one of the reasons why I like the tailgate tour for GM, the GM tailgate tour. Anyway, I love that because right now the guy that's been doing it also does Southeastern Truck Nationals, which is about 800 trucks for that. It's a great show, and it just right now it's very comfortable. You got a couple hundred trucks going, stop to stop. You get the scenic route. If anybody's into trucks, GM trucks, definitely I would highly recommend that. We are already the schedule just came out a couple weeks ago, and we are I'm going. Whether my old truck's ready or not, I'll take the new one again this year if I have to. A buddy of mine is working on his 69 right now. It's coming along pretty good. So we'll see if I can get him talked into taking that one. Like I said, hopefully I'll get the old one ready, but we'll see. I'm still going. So guys, I'm going to end this video right here so I can get started on my next project. So, but I don't know. Like I said, I'm going to try and get this posted up for you guys for your entertainment, and then we'll go from there. But like I said, it has been busy around here, and like I said, I was really doing good on one a week on these videos and stuff. But one, I don't think you guys want to see me mixing concrete and pouring in a spot out here and splattering it, or you know, raking leaves and burning trash, well, not trash, but burning leaves and brush. So, but I'm gonna try and do better. I'm gonna spend tonight working on cleaning up this garage. Everything that's out here goes back and forth to the garage, and then by the end of the night, I'm tired. I just drop it on the bench and leave it. So I may end up just spending tonight and just cleaning up, picking up, so I can start my next project, because I'm looking at my next project right now. So as soon as this weather cooperates and stops raining, I'm gonna get the shovel and spade and start digging some holes. So anyway, all right guys, like I said, I hope this is it. I'm gonna add to another video, a couple other videos that I put with this. Guys, don't forget to like and subscribe if you like it, comment and share, and don't forget, I've got a Facebook page. It's not very active because I've not been on it for a while, but if you guys have any comments or anything you want to see any, or have any questions about anything that I've been doing, let me know. I'll do what I can to get back to you guys. So I'm going to try and get back on getting this YouTube channel rolling again, and see if we can build some more steam up. All right guys, I'll talk to you guys later.